I'm Mimi and today I'm going to show you how to make a cute crochet hair clip for your kids, for girls. So I have this hair clip base over here. Basically you can buy it from any of your supply stores. It's silver, so it's going to be easy for me to cover it with the yarn color I chose, and for today that's going to be a mint color. I'm using Drops Safran cotton yarn, and for the hair clip base I'm going to use a smaller hook size because it's easier for the hook to go in and out from the clip itself. And for the accent of the hair clip over here, we're going to make a cute bubble stitch flower, but we're going to get that in a bit. So basically what you need is a few yarns, yarn colors of your choice. For today I'm gonna use this mint color for the hair clip base, and then for the flower itself I'm using this Vanila. It's like light yellow color for the bubble in the middle of the flower. You will see it later. And for the flower petals I'm going to use this off-white yarn. So for the flower itself I'm gonna be using this bigger size hook. It's a tulip 2.5 millimeters, just because I think it makes the flower look better and more fluffier. But for the base itself I'm using tulip again. This is from the hooks that people would usually use when they crochet lace, but I think for today this is going to be really handy for us to go in and out of the clip. So let's start. I'll take the mint yarn, the smaller hook size. Of course we'll use the scissors later on as well. I'm starting down here, but as I go I will push the stitches upward. So let me just quickly start and show you. I take this end of the yarn and just pull it through like that. So that I can use it in the end. We're basically doing single crochets, but it depends really how you want to have it. If you'd like, you can just make single crochets like so. So you're basically starting. Okay, let me just pull the yarn through here because it's going to be easier. Let me zoom in a bit. Okay. So here we are, and if you want to have the base of the clip just covered with yarn, like for instance how I did it here, you can just do single crochets all over. If you want to make it more wavy at the end, between each of the single crochets we are going to be making 2 chains. So let me show you. Today I decided I'm gonna do the wavy version. So I have my first stitch here. I'm making 2 chains, insert the hook back into the base. Try to make it as tight as possible. It's not so easy really, but just find the way that works for you best. Make the single chain, then chain 2 again, single crochet, sorry, and repeat. So once again, single crochet, chain 2. So as we make more chains and single crochets, we will push these upward. Now, to be easier to work with the hook, just do it here. Basically, we will continue making these So basically repeating 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet again, chain 2, until we cover this side of the hair clip. This is a, I'd say, regular size clip, so if you'd like to use a smaller one for younger children, feel free to do so. I'll just speed up the video here and get back to you once we've covered this side of the hair clip. Okay, so here we are. That's the first side of the hair clip. So it's a bit loose in here. I'll just go back and try to make these last few stitches tighter so that it will look nice and even. Something like that, a bit better. Okay, so let's zoom out a bit. This is the first side of the hair clip. You see these waves that we formed here that we don't have here. Here everything is just flat. So to go around this edge over here, we'll make a chain of 3. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll go to the other side. This will cover this place here, so it won't look strange. So we basically just pivot the clip and repeat the same process, making 1 single chain, single crochet, sorry, then 2 chains, single crochet again, and repeat until we have covered this side of the hair clip again. So meet me back once you've reached this upper part of the hair clip, and we will complete the whole thing with a few more chains, but I'll show you at the end. Okay, so here we are. This is our hair clip now. See here, this edge is covered by the chain we made, and now we will make a chain once again to connect this side to the other side, just to secure the yarn, the ends of the yarn. So let's see, 4 chains should be enough. Insert the hook back here, the very first stitch. Don't worry, this won't be visible, we will cover it with the flower. Make a slip stitch. It's a bit hard to make it, but that's it. Pull the yarn, cut it, and our hair clip base is ready. Just make a knot here. Make a few knots. I'll just take the yarn and come back with the hook just here at the back. I'll just pull one of the ends and make one more, actually 2 or 3 more knots at the back. Then I'll just cut it. Okay, that's our hair clip, wavy hair clip. And for the flower, earlier I said it's going to be made with bubble stitch, but it's not this one, it's actually the puff stitch I was referring to. So yeah, excuse me for the term confusion. We will start with basically the same yarn that we will be using to make the petals, and to cover the center with the yellow one, we will make a separate bubble on its own. But let's start with the flower itself. So we're starting with the standard magic ring using the bigger hook size, so 2.5 millimeters in this case. Make the magic ring, and then this first stitch doesn't count, so we'll make 6 more single crochets with the off-white yarn. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches. Then close the magic ring. Let's see. Pull the yarn tightly, and then this first stitch is always hard to get, so I'll go back for a second to the smaller size hook, just so I can come in here into the first stitch. It's easier with this one, and make a slip stitch. Then I can get back to the bigger size hook, and from here with these 6 single crochets we'll make 1 puff stitch in each, and these will be our flower petals. So let me just zoom in again. Okay, now we're starting with a chain of 3, yarn over, go into the same stitch where we were, where we did the where we made the slip stitch. It's a bit hard when we're working into the first stitch, but it works. Then pull as much as you can the yarn over, repeat. So go back into the same stitch, find it. It's a bit hard, so pull up a loop again, pull the yarn up. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over, go back in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's do one more. Yarn over, go back into the same stitch, and pull up a loop. Okay, so it gets harder the more loops you have on the hook, the harder it gets to pull the yarn upwards, but it's still possible. Okay, so now that we have the desired, let's see, counting from the very first loop, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11. So we yarn over again and pull through all 11 loops, then make 1 chain. This is our first petal. Now we need to go back, so we make a chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, go into the same stitch once again, make a slip stitch, and this is the first petal. It doesn't look like much right now, but just bear with me, and when we make the other 5 petals you will see that it looks much better. So to go into the next stitch we will make a slip stitch again, and then make 3 chains and repeat the same process. So yarn over, go into the same stitch, repeat until we have 11 loops on the hook. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Close it with 1 chain, and then 1, 2, 3, chain of 3, go back to the same stitch, make a slip stitch to complete the second petal. Move to the next stitch, make a slip stitch, and repeat the same until you have the rest of the petals made. So I'll cut the video here and I'll meet you when I'm completing the last petal. Let's make the last petal now. Chaining 3, going back into the same stitch to make our last slip stitch, like so. Then I'll pull the yarn a bit more, cut it, and let me show you. So on this side where we actually made petals, it looks not so good, I'd say, but if you flip it over you'll see that here it actually looks much, let's say, puffier. So this is the side that I'm using when I place it on top of the upper part of the hair clip. So just to complete the flower, I'll take this end, this yarn end, and transfer it to the other side with the smaller hook size, then make a couple of knots here at the back. Like so. Okay, so this is the flower using the off-white yarn, and this flower center here we won't leave it like that, as I mentioned earlier. Using this yellow yarn we don't need as much of it, so this is more than enough. We will make 1 single puff, yeah, let's just call it a puff, and we will use it to cover the center here and to give the flower a finished look. So I'll just leave it here for now. Take the yellow yarn, use the bigger size hook again. So basically what we're doing when we make a single puff is we start as we would with a regular magic ring. So starting with this first single chain that is not really considered as a chain, and here we will use the magic ring itself to build the puff in it. Then we will close it. It's harder to explain it rather than to just show it to you guys, so let me get right on with it. So we're starting the same way we would as for the flower. So ignore the first stitch we did here and make a chain of 3, then yarn over, go back into the magic ring, make sure to cover both the yarn end and the ring itself, pull up a high loop, let's say, yarn over, repeat until you have the desired number of loops on your hook. So you can either count them or just, you know, decide based on the way it feels when you touch it. I'd say these are more than enough loops that I have here. Let's count them if you'd like. 1, 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 13 in our case. Pull up a loop to close the puff. Make a single, make a chain, yeah, single chain, and then chain 3. Go back into the magic ring. You see, I haven't closed it, it's still here. I can make it a bit smaller. So go back into the magic ring, make a slip stitch, a single chain, whatever, a single crochet, whatever you want to call it. And now we can close the magic ring like that, and decide which side you like more. I think I like this one right now. You see, so our single puff is ready. So pull the yarn a bit more before you cut it, and I'll make one knot in the end just to secure it. And let me show you how I add it to the flower. So we're taking the flower, taking the puff, the single puff, let's say, taking the smaller hook size. I think it's going to be easier. And what I'm doing is I place the puff on top. Using the smaller hook size, I insert it in the back of at the back of the flower, and just pull one of the yarn ends to the other side, and then pull the other one. You can pull it next to the first one like that. Okay, so this side is still loose, you know, because we just transferred the yarn ends from the lower part of the puff. So what I'm going to do now is go to the top of the puff, insert the hook here at the top, stitch, insert the hook, at the opposite end on the flower center itself, pull the longer yarn end through both, and then just go back to the white center of the flower with the hook. So like that. It's a bit harder when you don't look at it. So like that, and just transfer the yarn end at the back again. Okay, you can readjust the puff on top of the flower, then we flip it and make a knot at the back with both yellow yarn ends. Make a few knots. Okay, like that. And then I even take these two and these two and tie them together just before I cut all yarn ends. This gives it a bit more security, let's say. So like that, and I'm cutting it a lot just because I'm going to be using my glue gun to place the flower right here at the upper part of the hair clip. So I'll position it, let's say something like that, or you know, just turn it in any direction you like best. Let me get my glue gun and I'll get back to you. Okay, we're back. This is my glue gun. Let's take the flower, add some hot glue to the back. I'm adding a lot, just make sure I secure it tightly and place it. Make sure to cover the metal part, because if you glue it just to the yarn, it will easily fall off. So just press tightly, firmly, as firm as you can. Wait a couple of seconds until you feel at the back that it's not hot anymore. Then you can release it, just adjust the puffs like so, and you're done. Your hair clip is ready to be used. That's how it looks at the back, and that's how it looks at the front. I hope you like this video and find it useful. If you do, make sure to check out my other videos. I have some helpful videos related to my crochet patterns for amigurumi toys, so check them out. Give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe, as I'm planning to make a lot more how-to videos. See you soon.